Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's go right to cam one. I'm in a trade right now. I got my warm-up trade is looking pretty hot right now on NQ. So we might as well check this out, see if we can hit a quick winner this morning and maybe spin the wheel first thing. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Look at this. We're inches away and we're TP1. Let's go on the warm-up trade. Hell yeah. All right. We're starting the day hot. Let's take a partial on that right there. Let's do a partial on that. There we go. That's about 1,200 in my pocket, as I always do every morning. What do I say? This is not financial advice. This is education and entertainment only. How about that for the warm-up trade? We're TP1. Sheesh. Perfect. Let's mark that up. Obviously, we'll be spinning the wheel. Let's let a few more people get in here before we spin that wheel. Although, maybe I should spin the wheel right away because you're here on time. You were here on time. What's our second target? Not much further. So we might TP2 on this one as well. Wow, what a great start to the day here. Hell yeah. And this thing's still pushing. I guess I'm going to be out on this thing real soon. I'm going to let this go. Let's let this thing go. Let's see how high we could take this thing right now. Why not? We already TP1. We already got 1,200. What else can we do here? What else can we do? All right. Let's put it in there. There's some consolidation in there. And I'm break even on this thing. Look at this setup. Real nice. Real simple, right? You can see we had break, retest to the level, broke through a little trend line there. You can see here, right? We've got the pattern here, right? Bull flag pattern. Broke out of it. Bit of a simple trade, simple setup, but look. Hit that TP1. All right. What do we got? 300 people in here watching me absolutely cook Nasdaq on this candle this morning. How about that? How is everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Trade logic was pretty simple here, okay? You can see our EMA was being respected right here, so that's one confluence, right? We had a bull flag pattern. I had this level right here was my support zone, okay? See, used it as resistance right there. Came back, started using it as support, consolidated. Had a short little trend line there that I broke. Retest my entry level and shot right up. Just a simple setup, a simple setup. This is a lower quality setup than my orb, obviously. If I'm using the orb, it's a better setup, but hey, sometimes you just hit it, sometimes you feel it. I felt pretty good about this one this morning, so we cooked it. Shout out to Sean, shout out to Beelzebub. Happy birthday to Speak Your Mind. I'll spin the wheel soon, but let's see if we can hit a TP2 right here. And then I could maybe do a double spin or something. And let's chat first before I hit the spin. New York Open. The New York Stock Exchange Open. Generally something happens. What the hell's with my UTC? Who's messing with my UTC? Don't change my UTC settings on me. Yeah, we're in New York Stock Exchange Open right now. We got about 11 minutes for our orbs. All right, our orbs. These are the orb setups. This is what I'm looking at today. We are warming up and we are strong this morning. What did I do this morning in VIP? Just a little one. Not a great one, but a little one. Just a quick 0.6. Did about 1K on this. Gold win right there in VIP. Had level of support right here that I was respecting. See, we had a trend line right here get broken. Kind of came back to retest the trend line, entered it. Came down a little bit, but then shot up, hit TP1, set break even, came back down. hit that break even. So just over half an R, a 0.6 R. Won that in the gold VIP room right there. Let me pop that up right here. Show you. What the hell? Why is my buttons not working? My buttons aren't working. My buttons aren't working. All right. What do we have from yesterday? We had this trade right here. Oh my God. Look how far this went down. I gave this on stream. This was the US dollar Swiss franc trade from yesterday. What did we have? Oh crap. My NQ's moving. Let's take a look. Sheesh. Do I have to watch this for a second? Holy crap. I'm winning a lot this week. I decided to take this a bit more serious. I'm taking it serious and I'm winning. Oh, this isn't responding. Close you. No wonder. No wonder it's not working. This is working just fine. Good. Alright, so what was I talking about? I was talking about yesterday's Swiss franc trade that I gave on stream. Oh my lord. Look at the trend line. Look at the resistance level. Look at the FVG. Look at the supply. This is the entry. That's a sniper entry, and it came all the way down. Where was my exit? It was going to be right there at that EMA. And look at this. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, crap. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right, sorry. So, this was the one. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Good trend line. Okay. We had level of supply, had level of resistance. Look, took liquidity out the top above that resistance level, had an FVG. Look at this sniper entry right there. Shot down. TP2 right there. Look at this thing. You could have stayed in this one. Whoa, what a call. What a call. Look at that. We could have took out the lows right here with just an insane win if we took out the lows right there. But what an entry. Amazing stuff given on stream yesterday. We had a EuroCAD yesterday. Took this on stream. Look at this one. Oh my God, I should have stayed in this one too. Look at this. Holy crap. What an entry. Right? Entry right there. Sniper entry. Shot up. Hit the TP. Money in the bank. Awesome, awesome trade, right? But look, this one could have went even further. I might have to let something ride today. I might have to let something ride. I'm calling it right. And then as I was leaving stream, I was looking at this US CAD. I'm not kidding. I said, hey, look, we've got a nice little level of demand right here. Look at that sniper entry. Holy crap, was I ever on fire yesterday. I'm focused. I'm patient and I'm winning. That's what's going on. I'm focused and I'm patient. You know, there's been some days on stream where I'm not very patient and I want to have some fun. But I think what we could do is we can have fun. We can have fun, but we can still be patient. So that's what we're doing today. We are absolutely looking to cook. This is not financial advice. Do not copy my trades. I am a beast, but don't copy my trades. This is education and entertainment only. My warm-up trade before stream. It's been a while since I've had a warm-up trade win. So it's nice to see this warm-up trade absolutely cooking. And if the warm-up trades are good, you know the rest of the trades are good too. Let's go into the strategy breakdown this morning. What we're looking for. People are slow to get into stream this morning. They don't want me to talk about all my wins. Patient Pat in the chat. All right, so right now it's about 9:40. We're looking at the 15-minute candle, New York Stock Exchange open. This candle, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And during this time, it's creating the candle high and the candle low, which gives us the range top and the range bottom. And that is our opening range for the day. That's what we're going to be using, right? Hold on a second. I got to take a look at my trade. Oh, man. Oh, baby. Go. Let's get out of this trade with a W right here. Let's get out of this trade with a W. And then let's go back to some trades. Let's find some trades. Come on. Keep pushing. Oh, come on. I really want this one. This would be, oof, this would be over 3 to start the day. Over 3 to start the day, and then I had another 1, so over 4 to start the day because of my gold VIP trade. Oof, 2-0 on gold this week. Very, very nice. After a slow week last week in the gold room, we are back in business. Hey, let's go. We are so close right now. Take a look at this on my other chart. Looking at 2 monitors, obviously, as we get ready to TP2 on this thing. All right, it's reversing. I'm going to hang out with this one. I don't care. I'm hanging out. Let's go back to the strategy. All right, let's back to the strategy. Okay, so what did I say? We're watching this candle right now. This is exactly what we're doing on a bunch of different pairs. Ton of different pairs. Trying to get that opening range, right? Then we go down to that 5-minute time frame. We're watching it, right? What are these candles doing? We're waiting for one of them to break out. So we got to break out the top, and we want that candle to close right there. Okay, let me go back to the trade here. We may be flipping positive. Got to make sure that I get my close here at 2 G's. And that is it, baby. TP2, we're out. Let's spin the wheel. I'll get back to the strategy after. Whoo, baby, that's a start to the morning right. That is well over 4 G's this morning, just for me, just for me. Don't copy my trades. It's not financial advice. Your boy cooked this one. All right, let's go into the Wheel of Pat and see who can win themselves some free VIP this morning. We hit TP2, so let's give this a spin. Free VIP, free VIP. How many winners? 3 winners. Let's give one to Soul Service. Let's give one to Effie, and let's give one to C space VB. Those are your winners to start the day. Hey, those are your VIP winners to start the day. Very nice. There's going to be more wins, hopefully, so there's going to be more winners. There you go, there we go. And if you want to claim your prize, you have to follow me on Instagram. So make sure to give me a follow on Instagram. And if you want to claim your prize, you have to DM me. So message me an image that is your YouTube, all right? That's your YouTube. Hit the donation button. Oops. So, DM me. That's it. Claim your prize. Let's get back into the trading strategy. Look at that TP2, baby. Whee! All right, so now we get the candle break and close above our range. We're going to buy, and we're going to look for a bunch of different reasons to buy and a bunch of different places to buy. Looking at demand zones. Really like demand zones. Can we find a demand zone or a supply zone? That's what works best for the strategy. That's what works best for me. So we're going to wait for the breakout like this. We're going to wait for a pullback, ideally to like a demand zone, something like that. We're going to enter the trade, set my stop loss down here, set my take profit short, then get the break even set the take profit too, and roll into some profits today. So we're 3 wins straight. The warm-up trades are warm-up trades. They're just for me, and they're just for my balance. They are not included in the results. The 28 and 6 are only trades that I take on stream. And yes, that is, I don't know, 83% win rate, something like that. That is not typical. You're not going to see that on any other channels, and it's also just kind of the way that I trade. How about this for a little bit of a demand zone right here on US Canadian dollar. That looks decent for a long this morning. Also, we can see that it is respecting our 200 EMA, which is another good indication. So we got about a minute for the orb to close, right? We're going to have a range being created, something like this. We're going to wait for a candle to break above it, close, and then we're going to wait for a pullback, probably somewhere around here, or maybe to the EMA itself. And that's where I'm going to be entering a trade, hopefully smashing my TP. So that's it. That's what I'm looking for right now. Got about 20 seconds to set the range. I'll be looking at a bunch of different pairs, trying to find setups this morning, see exactly what we can do. The warm-up trades, I do not use the strategy because the orb isn't set yet. So for the warm-up, I'm using patterns, supply and demand, support and resistance, pretty much everything that I do just without the orb, which is an important and I find an integral part of my trading in 2025. So the range is set. USD CAD, not the best weirdo. I don't know what that means, but love you either way. All right. We have a little bit of a setup right here. So there's our range high. We're now waiting for a candle to close above that level, okay? I'm also looking at gold. Looked like we had a decent opportunity on gold here. Take a look. Got our trend line set up. We have our support level here set up. So on gold, I'm going to be looking for a break of the top of the range right here today. That's what I'm looking to get. I think I'm going to be buying off of this level right here, right? This is going to be this is my point of interest right there. So if we can get a close out the top right here and then return to the point of interest, I think I might go for a buy on gold today, all right? That's what I'm looking for there. On Nasdaq, you can see I already hit a winner on here. I don't think I'm going to go back to the well. Look, we're starting to break out of that orb as well. But let's go maybe into US 30. US 30 is also looking quite bullish here. Well, there's a lot of room for us to make up here. You know, there's a lot of room up there for us to push up. You could say that this level right here could be a bit of a resistance level right there. I don't know if I'm too worried about that, so I think I would be inclined to buy off of this. So we're looking for a break on Dow Jones above this level right here. I would want to pull back where to my demand zone, right? That is what we want to see. So there's my demand zone right there. So if I were to get in on a trade right here, it's going to be something like this, okay? That would be my Dow Jones move today. So I would have to have a pullback to demand right there. And that's where I would enter my trading position. All right, we got a lot of people rolling into chat now. Yeah, US CAD did break. Yeah, so we're going to need a pullback on US CAD. Probably to the EMA, right? So probably something like this, right? The EMA entry, okay? That's maybe something I'm looking at there on UCAD. Australian dollar, let's move that into potential limit orders. Let's look at Euro US dollar. People like Euro US dollar. Got a bit of a trend line break right here. So this is a sell move here. We've got a lot of price action here right now. The price action's pretty clean this morning, right? Which is sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bit of a trap. So on Euro US dollar, my strategy would look something like this morning on Euro USD, which means I would need a pullback to this level right about here. Why? Because that is my supply. So pull back to supply on Euro USD. That's decent too. Sheesh, we've got a lot to look at this morning, eh? Every single pair looks pretty good, so we got to be careful here. Australian dollar, US dollar looks pretty good as well. Look, I have a nice little macro range here. Right, we're trading within my macro range, so what are we doing? We want to trade that thing down. So we have bottom of the range right here, so this would be a sell move. We need to close out the bottom of that line. Might get that in 50 seconds. And then we have a level of supply right off of this candle. Not a great supply, a bit big, a bit chunky. Let's take a look and see if we can look at that on a lower time frame and see if that gets any better. It's just not a great supply. I guess you could take this one right there. That's a little bit more accurate on the 1 minute, and then we could come back to the 5 minute and say that would be a potential entry on Australian dollar. But you could put you could go with the higher level of that supply. All right, we are making some moves here. 982 people. Please smash that like button for me. Shout out to Airez. Shout out to Jack. PDH, PWH. I don't think I trade that, brother. So we got the close here. Be waiting for a pullback on Australian dollar. Don't have any limit order set right now. I'm going to be patient, right? I'm going to be patient and see what happens. This is a better one. I think this is a better one. Well, I don't know if it's a better one because price has come and tested this area quite a bit. So price could come up to test this area again, but decent setup regardless. Decent looking supply. We had the break, retest, go down. We had the orb break right here, close candle. All right, there's a lot of reasons why I like this Euro US dollar trade. Then I have the US CAD trade. On this one, I'm waiting for a pullback here to my EMA, bottom of the range. That's a decent trade as well. Why? Got a level of support right here, broke through the support, respecting the support. Can we come back down, respect that support again, even just a little bit? We know that there's some buyers in that range. So let's see what we could get on US CAD. Gold breaking out. Let's take a look at this. Trend line on UCAD. And we broke the trend line here, yeah. That's my UCAD trend line right there. So we broke the trend line, we broke the orb. Look at this, coming right back down. Retest that trend line, retest our level. Very, very good. If we look at this on the 1 minute time frame, we have a little bit of a demand area right there. Also at our entry, not a great demand, okay? Not a strong demand, but it's at that level. So that's a decent UCAD right there that I'm interested in. Oh gosh. And of course my Euro US dollar, I am limited on this as well. So I have a limit order set here. And then the Australian dollar was another one that I was interested in, but I didn't get a significant break here. Okay, let's take a look trend line wise. Seems like we're still kind of contained, right, by this trend line. That's probably the trend line. You know, I don't think I would do that. I think it's this. So we are contained by this trend line. So not as confident in the Australian dollar. I don't have a limit set up for this, okay? So not sure if I'm doing that. The limit that I do have set up right now is the Euro US dollar sell. You could see this is the setup that I'm waiting for right here. Now, there's some people that enter right on the break, and if they did, they're looking pretty good. But I'm being patient on stream. As much as I want to have fun and jump in as many trades as possible. And look at that. That would have been pretty nice, wasn't it? Look at that. It's really coming down, isn't it? My lot size on the Euro US dollar trade is about 14 lots. Don't copy my trades. The macro range is just simply support and resistance, recent support and resistance. So if you look at that, it's pretty obvious, right? There's our resistance at the top. Price has been reacting off of this level. And we got support at the bottom right here. And price has been reacting off of this level. So that's kind of the recent support and resistance. That creates what we call the macro range. Then if we zoom in a little bit, you could see we have our micro range, which is the orb high and the orb low. And that is the micro range. So what can happen is we can trade within this range and hit, you know, kind of a TP1. And then, you know, maybe trade within the bigger range right here and get like a TP2. So that's kind of what I like to do. I am a range-bound trader. You actually don't see a lot of range-bound traders. Oh, I've made some huge trades, talking hundreds of thousands. I'd love to show you one of the accounts with some big trades. I'm gonna do that. Let me just change cameras right here. I'm gonna log into my trading view and I'm gonna show you something a bit crazy here I was monitoring yesterday. This is a trading account using one of my robots. So I'm just gonna log into it here. And it's a bit wild, okay? You know, you may go nuts when you see this, all right? Don't go too nuts when you see this. Let me see if I can find it. Where are you? It's this one right here. Okay, so let me pull up this for you now, okay? Hold on a second. Let me move that up like that. Okay. Oh, damn it. It won't let me do it. All right, so let me pop into my camera 1 here, and you're going to be able to see my Forex Fury robot, and you can see here. Okay, so this is a big one. So this is a large account right here, and you can see here these trades have been very good. And look at these right here. 1, 2, 1 all in one day. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. So 7 times 80. You can do that math, all right? That is absolutely nasty, and that was done with the Forex Fury robot. Some of the biggest trades that I've ever had, certainly one of the biggest days that I've ever had on a trading account. US CAD. I don't have a limit set on this yet. I don't know why I don't have a limit set on this yet. I should have entered there, shouldn't have I? Not sure what happened there. Vapul, what's going on UCAD? How do you feel about this? Are we entering this, or are these candles too sharp? Doesn't have as many key, doesn't like the confluences. We have the trend line break. It is a bit of a sharp entry here. So maybe we'll give this one a second to see what's happening. Haven't really entered it yet. Do seem to be respecting the level right here. Have the EMA right here. Got our trend line break and retest right there. Seems all right, but it does seem like it's an aggressive move. Let's see what it looks like on some lower time frames right here. It looks okay. It looks okay. Look right there. We have a green candle in this area. Is it a perfect trade? No, it's not a perfect trade. I think I'm gonna get in a bit lower, right? Let's just get in a little bit lower here if we're gonna try this one. All right, so didn't get into that one yet. Still thinking about an entry on this one right here. Getting a decent reaction off of that EMA, off of that level. Let's see what we can do on this one. This one I'll be going for about 25 lots. This is a US CAD. Obviously don't copy my trades. I am going for 4 in a row this morning, so hopefully that. Gold might be the move. Also Euro USD was one of the ones I've been waiting on here. So Euro USD, been waiting for this pullback. US CAD, I've been waiting for this move a little bit right here. Would have liked to have gotten in a little bit earlier. I could have taken something off the table already on a quick scalp, but I didn't trigger. We'll see if we can get in on this one for the first trade of the morning. How's everybody doing? Gold, what was the gold entry? This was the gold entry I was looking at here. So we did have the break above. Now we're getting the pullback. That's a big candle. That's a big rejection. So not in love with that. Let's see if it pulls back into this area right here. See if we consider a trade then, but I'm not setting up a limit on that yet. Just kind of monitoring UCAD right here a little bit. Might be getting into one right there. You see we've got the trend line, we have the EMA. You say that this, I guess, would be our range right there. Getting a decent reaction already here. Let's see what we're looking at on lower time frames on the 3-minute. Getting a positive move there. The 2-minute. Couple indecision candles right at the entry. Didn't trigger in though. Close to triggering in. Didn't trigger in. It's a bit frustrating. Not sure what happened on that one. I thought we had this one set up, but I guess it's all right. So we'll stay patient. But this, you know, could have went right up here. That would have been a TP1 for me. So not sure what the hell happened on UCAD here. Vapul looks like we might have missed a win. We kind of hit that perfectly. So hey, if you were one of the people in the chat and you decided to get into this trade, awesome stuff. Damn, yeah, if you got into this one, geez, this is exactly what I wanted to happen. This should have been a win. I'm not sure why I didn't get into this trade. We actually went below our entry on this one, so I should be into this trade. I had my limit set up below entry, perfect entry. I probably would have TP1'd right there already, so that's too bad. That should have been 4 wins in a row, but you know, if it doesn't trigger, I don't claim it. So I'm not going to claim it. Oh well. Still a chance I could still get into this one. You're not supposed to copy them, that's right, because this is not financial advice. Don't copy my trades. A lot of people do copy the trades, and if they do, congratulations on your win, but don't. All right. Well, it was a sniper entry, so let's get some likes in the chat regardless, and let's look up for our next setup. How's my EU looking, guys? Talk to me. Here is the EU right there. Still waiting for a significant pullback to supply to sell on that. So I was buying on US on one, I was selling on US on another, and look at that UCAD, huh? Yikes. That really should have been TP1'd. I don't know why I didn't get my trigger. Just spread, I guess. I guess I just got unlucky. Just got unlucky, because that was a perfect entry. I just didn't get it. Oh, well. Yeah, I trade some crypto. Let's take a look at Bitcoin for you. Oh. Broke through first level of demand. Didn't hold. Second level of demand is right here. But that's not really with my strategy, right? Because I have the orb, so I'm trading orb. No setup for me on Bitcoin this morning. W is in the chat for US CAD, absolutely. Should have been a win for me. My trade didn't trigger. That is life sometimes as a trader. Sometimes you get the perfect entry like I did here, and it's too perfect. That should have been 4 straight. Yeah, that should have been 4 straight for me. Ay. That stinks to watch this one go. I'm already up over 4K this morning too. That could have been easy over 5K this morning. Oh man. Took me a couple of years to become profitable. But that doesn't mean I'm profitable forever. I still have losing weeks, losing months. Not on stream though. On stream, pretty much just winning most of the time. Gonna make my TradingView panel more clear to us. I don't know what that would entail. You know, I don't think I want to take this trade anymore, because this was the move, right? This was the move, right? So now it's like I have to wait for another move down and wait for buyers to come in again and do the exact same thing. So I am canceling my UCAD limit. That does suck. That really sucks because that was just an awesome trade. You would have seen me dancing. Oh, Pat did it again, the Magic Man, the whole thing, right? I would have been doing the whole thing for you this morning. Sadly, I didn't trigger in, but look at this entry. Perfect stuff, right? I had my EMA, I had my trend line break at that same level. Just felt like a perfect place to get into a trade. You can see the level right here was respected right here as well. So I thought, oh, that's a nice entry, and look, it was a great entry. The price action was clean. The trade is still pushing up. Would have had my TP1 here, my TP2 up here, and look, it's still pushing. And so I missed this one. I got to look for another setup. That's okay, but you know, it's not okay because I really like that setup. You know, I really like my first setup of the day usually. Here's another one that I'm waiting on. This is a supply zone on Euro USD. I need a steeper pullback right here to get in. That's about 11 pips, so that's quite the move to get in. But it is at a supply zone. We do have a FEG about here, I think. It looks like there's a little FEG, so maybe that area will suck the price up a little bit. All right, what else do we got? Look at GBP USD. Don't look at US CAD because you're gonna lose your mind. All right, US CAD should have been a win. All right, should have been a win. Let's take a look at GU, AU. Nothing really here on GU, right? Because there you can see my macro range, right? So macro range top, macro range bottom. So we want to be buying because we want to be filling this range here. And we just broke out the bottom, which is a sell. So don't really like GU. Going to move that one out. Let's take a look at Australian dollar, US dollar. This one looks like it already tried tapping in to my level and reacted pretty well. So I might have had a win on this one too already. On Australian dollar, US dollar, sell. So let's pull this up. Take a look at the trend line right here. This was my trend line. I'm sticking to this trend line. Something like this. Something like this. I think off of this one gets me enough touches. On the Australian dollar. Yeah, that gives me good touches. That shows that we had a break. So had the break here, had a break here. Waiting for a pullback to the top right there. I think this is one that I'll consider as well a sell on Australian dollar, US dollar. Just need a pullback to where my level of supply right here. Now I like the US CAD a little bit more. Obviously, you could see my US CAD trade right here triggered in, still shooting all the way up to TP2 right now. Hit TP1 right there. I didn't trigger into this trade, but it's a trade that I'm going to talk about because it's a trade that I did give. My lot size on US CAD was like 25. My lot size on the Australian dollar setup right here is going to be about 28. So it's going to be a pretty significant lot on that one. Hopefully we can, make up. Now my Nasdaq trade won this morning already, so I won this trade this morning already. This was a beauty. We are breaking out of this range right here. No real level of demand here. No real level of demand. 10-minute time frame, no demand. 30-minute time frame, you do have a level of demand right here, okay? But that's like below the range, right? So that price would have to come down pretty significantly for us to touch any sort of demand zone. So that's unlikely on Nasdaq, okay? Hit that Nasdaq win. Hit a gold win this morning. It was a quick one, okay? Just smashed the take profit right there. Sent that to over 1,000 members in my gold trading room. You could see my gold trading room right there. Just a few hundred pips on that one was a quick one. And then we moved the stop loss to entry price. So if you want my gold trades, the link to that is in the video description, as it always is. Let's go take a look at Dow Jones. Now Dow Jones has come down to my level of demand right here, and it is reacting already. I might have missed entry on this one. Let's see what our trend line is looking like. Our trend line is probably also protecting us here. So our trend line is something like that. So that is a potential setup here as well. But let's take a look at EU and AUD USD first. These ones appear to be coming up with some big candles, which I don't really like. I don't like how big those candles are. Okay, we are close to entry right here on AUD USD. Let's take a look at some lower time frames. It looks a little better on the lower time frame. We are already getting a little bit of a reaction to the supply there. That's a good sign. Okay, that's what we're looking at right there on the 1 minute. Let's get back to the 5 minute right there, not to confuse everybody. Pull this over. This is my entry level right there on AUD, and Euro USD. We're still a fair bit away from the entry on Euro USD, which is one of my original setups of the day. Here we are on the Australian dollar, US dollar setup right here. Just looking at the charts, analyzing, being patient today, trying to be patient today. You know, a bit frustrated that I missed out on this one. You know, I obviously I had my entry perfect. That should be 4 wins in a row. Yes, Australian dollar, Swiss franc trade. Someone's looking at this. I don't know. This is a support level right here, so nothing here for me on that one. Let me go back to the ones I'm kind of paying attention to right now. Quite close to a tap in here, so I'm kind of monitoring this. If I could get a tap in here, maybe we stay in the macro range, and that would be good news for me. We do have a very obvious level of resistance, so it is possible liquidity gets taken above that level. So we got to have our stop loss high enough to withstand any sort of fake out here above our level. So let's see if we can trigger in on this one. This is not financial advice, obviously. Australian dollar, we are taking, yeah, Euro USD, we are taking US 30. I don't know what I'm doing on US 30. I don't think I'm taking this yet, no. I think I have 2 sell limits open right now. This is an interesting setup. This is an interesting setup, but I'm not as confident in this setup yet. I want to see some sort of price action here. I'm not sure exactly what I want to see, but I want to see it, okay? So I'm just looking at the price. That's kind of how I trade sometimes. I just kind of letting my gut decide. So we have 2 close right now, so I don't want to like fire up 3, right? So let's see if we can get into one of these, Euro or AUD USD. The Euro is the one that I like more, to be honest. It has a better supply zone. The Australian dollar one, I don't feel as confident in. It's not the best because it's not the best supply zone. And you can see price did reach up pretty high in here. So this is not as good a setup as my UCAD. My UCAD was the better setup. You could see the micro range worked perfectly on that one. But I'm close to getting in here. I think we should, I'm hoping that we could just contain within the micro range and get a quick scalp here. Now, I'm not as confident in this one, again, as I said, but I am into this trade. So let's see if we could go for 4 wins in a row on this Australian dollar, US dollar. Hopefully we can contain within the range here and start pushing down very quickly. Now, catching a bit of a big green candle right here, so hopefully we can reject off of this level. We rejected off of this level here, we rejected off of this level here, and we rejected off of this level right here. So not a good start to the trade, but let's see. Damn, the US CAD was much better than this. This is that's what happens, right? You have a perfect trade like this one right here, goes to TP1, and then the trade that you do get into kind of goes against you sharply right off the gate. So let's see what's this looking like on some lower time frames here. A lot of green, so we should be turning red soon. We should get some red soon. We are at a good level of resistance here. Jeez. Well, I'm up about 4 already today, so if this one comes up, it comes up. I'm going to have to wait it out. Holy crap, that's a bad entry right now. All right, all right. There was a reason I didn't like this trade as much as the EU one, but we're going to have to just let this one go for a bit. Let this thing go for a little bit here. Let's take a look at EU. Are we pulling back on EU as well? Yes, we are. This one I was a bit more interested in. I'm going to probably take both of these this morning. I know I usually like to take one trade at a time, but let's see. We get some sort of a reaction this morning. Let's contain in the range. Okay, so I'm in the EU as well. Hopefully this one also doesn't shoot against me here. We've got a lot of good reasons for these trades. They're just kind of screwing me a little bit here. We need some strength here, okay? Need some strength in the US dollar this morning. We need Trump to go China, or something like that, and then fire these trades back in my direction. Now, we are at the top of my macro range right here. Okay, that's the top of my macro range, the bottom of my macro range, and then we have my micro range right here, which generally we hope to contain the price. Now, both of these are coming up ugly. Sorry, I can't look at your charts. I'm like down $2,000 right now. You guys need to relax. I'll look at your charts when I'm up $2,000, not down $2,000. Okay, I need a reaction on some of my trades here that I'm watching. I'd love to look at your trades as well, and I'll look at your trades in the future, but let me focus on kind of what I'm doing right now. Yeah, orb is king. Hopefully our orb contains the price right here on the micro range. Now, this would feel a lot better if I won that US CAD trade already, but that's okay. We gotta have some rejection. We had rejections here, rejections here. Let's get a rejection here. It's a decent level of resistance right there, so hopefully that can reject and we could trade back into the range, right? Our range is right here. We want to trade back into that range and then come back to the bottom of the range, or at least test the middle of that range for potential profit targets. All right. UCAD came to my entry. That's fine. I'm not trading UCAD, right? I missed the UCAD entry. So I had my UCAD entry right there. Felt really good about it. US dollar showing some weakness right now, which is pissing me off because I'm bullish on US dollar on a couple of pairs this morning. You bought your USD. Yeah, fade me all you want, man. Fade me all you want. I think we could trade back into the range on that one still. So this one, this was my entry. We got the reaction I wanted, right? So that's fine. Whew. All right. Yeah, US dollar is not doing well this morning. I know, I'm getting absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. I don't know what the hell's going on with my trades this morning. I was pretty patient on these moves too this morning. Really hoping that the orb holds, right? We're at a level of, look at this, a strong resistance, right? This is a good resistance level. Now, generally what we're going to see is we're going to see price trade where? Within our range, right? Trades within the range 70 to 80% of the time, right? So that's why I have good odds. If it breaks out, I'm going to lose the trade. I don't really trade the breakout because the breakouts don't happen as often, right? So this is all just part of the strategy. It's all part of my approach to the markets. Just need some US dollar strength to get this thing pushing down a little bit here. And yeah, we just need to get back into our range. If we get back into our range right here, we're fine. If we lose, we lose. You know, sometimes you have to lose. But when you're trading a range, right? I'm a range-bound trader. I'm trading this, right? So my assumption is the price is going to stay in here because price generally does stay in there. When price breaks out and starts trending, I lose my trades. But my win rate is what it is. It's really high, 28 and 6. Why is it the win rate so high? Because the price generally does stay within the range, and that is what I'm trading. Now, maybe I should have only taken one of these trades instead of two, but I am up pretty big. Had a nice gold win earlier this morning in my VIP trading room. VIP trading room, only A+ setups. Stream, you're going to get some B setups. Is what it is. Let's see if we can trade back into our range here. Sitting down a little bit on these, but we could get back into our range. This is the rejection that we were looking for right here. Hopefully we can reject a little bit stronger. Got an FVG right there to fill. Let's fill it. Let's get back into our gap right there. Get a little bit of US dollar strength. I did talk about this being a potential play where liquidity is drawn out of the market right there, right? So that is possible, right? This is an obvious level of resistance. Maybe we're taking liquidity and we're trading back into our range. That's kind of what we're hoping to see on this Euro US dollar setup and the Australian US dollar setup as well. So hopefully now we could break through, push down. We're back in the range. Let's see if we could get to this level. Let's see if we could get to this level. Yeah, so still on this trade here. I don't know why you'd be stopped out. The copy trader video will be out tomorrow. I just actually got that. I just got that one today. So these are looking the same. It looks like we got a nice demand setup down here. Maybe we wait for price to come back down there, win our sell trade, and then hit the demand. Come on, let's pull this price down a little bit. We need some US dollar strength this morning. We do have this nice level of resistance up here still. Kind of rejected off of that level there a little bit, but we do need some bears to step into the market. Struggling a little bit on this trade. It is what it is. Struggling a little bit on these trades. Hopefully we can push down. Morning to Sarah. Morning to Ethan. Yeah, I've got a full breakdown of the strategy that I use on my channel. It's the second last video that I did. What's up, Dreams? How's it going, Dreams? Come on, baby. Let's get out a drawdown. Let's reject. We can reject here. We can feel. We want to feel good this morning. We want to end the week on a stream. We want to go for 4 wins in a row. That's what we really, really want to do. So let's see if we can reject off of this level, get back into this range right here. You know, took some liquidity. Come on, and then let's go. Let's get this thing rejected. Let's reject off of that one. Please smash that like button for me if this is your first time in here. Really, really happy having you watching me. Well, usually I'm winning a lot more than this, but I did call out the US CAD winner this morning, right? So we triggered in right here, TP1 right there. So we had a win already, but mine didn't trigger. That's okay. A lot of people in the chat won that trade. And as long as you're winning, I'm happy, but don't copy my trades. This is not financial advice. This is education and entertainment only. Here we go. We're rejecting off of this level on Australian dollar. We need some US dollar strength. Let's push down right here. Let's continue to push down. Let's see if we could get to this level right here. I'd love to see us get to our range midline, okay? So we have a range midline right there. That is a nice little area we would like to see. The range midline, now that we're back into our micro range, okay? So our micro range is this level right here. We're back into it, hoping that we can now contain the price within the micro range, respecting the macro range. And there's a big distance here, right? There's a big distance between these areas. So I felt good about these trades. I still have to feel good about these trades. I just need the US dollar to show a little bit of strength. And US dollar has been weak this year, down 11% against other currencies. So it is a tough one to buy. It is a tough one when you're looking for US dollar strength, but you got to trust your process. I don't have a TP1 set on Australian dollar yet. We're going to have to wait to see the reaction. It's possible I could go at range midline. It's possible I could go at the bottom line right there as well. But I think we're going to have to wait. You know, I'm not very confident that we're going to get there yet. So let's wait. Let's be a little bit patient here. See if this thing can come down for us a little bit. And then when we're, you know, maybe I'm at about 1,000 in profit, then I can consider pulling something out of this trade. but that's a nice little move right there. That does look pretty good right there. That does look pretty good. Let's see what else we can get out of this. We just need some more sellers. Like, this is a decent pattern we saw right here, right? Rejection, 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 push down. Can the sellers really take control of this trade? Can we contain the price within our range right here? That's all we're hoping to do. How's everybody doing in the chat? Yeah, we're getting some people. You know, for some reason, if I'm in a losing trade, we're full. You know, we got 1,300 damn people in here. Yesterday, I win 2 trades in a row, perfect trades. Third setup that I called, one as I was about right after I left the stream, so it would have been 3 wins in a row on stream, and we had nobody in here. Now I'm losing 2 trades. We're full. Everyone's in here. You know, come in when I'm winning, not just when I'm losing, guys. I know you like to watch for some reason when I'm losing, and if you watch when I'm losing, I'll just lose. It is Murphy's Law, isn't it, Stephen Baker? Baker knows. Baker definitely knows. My back is doing well. I'm a bit stiff this morning. I'd like to stretch a little bit at some point. Like to get to the gym for a leg day today. Come on, man. Let's. Where the hell is the U.S. dollar strength today? Thanks, Raph. Much love. I showed Jesse. I'm pretty sure you asked this question yesterday. Look, just click on this right here. Look, click on this. There, done. You don't need a video on that. What is happening? Just trading. What's happening with you, big dog? Oh, Kakashi, you can stretch me out, baby. What's up, girl? You better be a girl. And if you click on this one right here, it's a short position. So that's it. There's no real video needed for that. There's no ICT. I'm not trading ICT. Oh, yeah. All right, let's reject here. We're gonna, you know, sometimes you gotta hang out and draw down for a little bit, and then eventually you get the results you want. Sometimes that's what you gotta get. You gotta chill and draw down for a little bit, and then you're rewarded, right? This is how I show my patience and my confidence and my resolve live on stream. Luckily, I like to come in stream up about 4 or 5 Gs like I did today, so it's not much to lose. China. What's going on, Pavel? I don't have a TP1 set yet. I don't even really want to talk about TP1. That's Murphy's Law, right? If I start talking about TP1, then the trade's not going to go in my direction. So I got to pretend like I'm going to lose, and then US dollar strength is going to come in, and it's going to push me, and then I'm going to hit then I'm going to hit a J. But I got to pretend like, you know, I'm going to lose, right? You got to pretend. This is real trading psychology, a real trading psychology lesson. Pretend like you're going to lose. All right, here, that looks pretty good. That's a decent push down. Watching that on multiple monitors here. Also in my trading platform, I have a monitor up here, got a monitor over here, got a monitor over here. Lots of monitors as we start to push down. With a nice juicy red candle finally showing me the rejection I deserve. And I'm not talking about rejected by a lady here. I'm talking about just a nice candle rejection, a nice sell. So when that thing comes close to 1,000 in profit, I'm going to TP1 on AUD USD if it happens to come. Now, we still have a lot of time before we get down here. So let's see exactly what I would be looking at. Just kind of move these around a little bit just to show you. Oh, what the hell did I just do? All right, maybe just a quick 5 pipper on that one. Just tighten it up. Make that about a 1-to-1. That's probably where I take my partial, something like that, but we'll see. Let's see if this candle can continue to reject. Obviously, I'm moving these kind of around, just whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm not trading with take profit and stop loss. I'm just managing the trades manually. Let's see if we could get some US dollar strength, push this thing down. What do I want to do? Well, 2 trades open. Let's get ready. Let's get ready for a partial somewhere here. Okay, I'm partial right there. That's it. That's partial. That's 1100. So that is about 600. Let's pull about $600 off of the trade right there. That's absolutely fine. Perfect. So we are TP1 right there. That's nice. That's what we want to see. That brings the streak to 4 in a row. Let's adjust that right there. That's 29 and 6. All right, and now I'm break even on this one, and we're going for a TP2 probably down at the EMA here, okay? So if we can continue this thing down, we're gonna look for a TP2 around the EMA. And we also have an FEG right here. So I'm gonna watch this one a little bit closer and see if we can hit that as well. Nice though, nice that we got a quick scalp there. Price is containing within our range right now, which is a good sign. Hey, and that is a nice candle right there. Hey, I could have took profit at the bottom of the range, which is kind of what I usually do, but I was a bit nervous on this position. I get a little bit nervous when I'm running multiple trades at the same time. All right, sorry guys, can't look at GJ right now. I'm in 2 trades that I am monitoring, so I'm just kind of watching those trades right now. Let me go into my EU as well. This one is still in drawdown here. I haven't been able to get the US dollar strength coming in on EU. We'll see how we feel about this trade. Maybe if we can trade back into the range, maybe we just take like a really easy quick TP here. Just see how that goes. Let's go back to Australian dollar. This thing is really starting to move here. We'll be spinning the wheel of Pat very soon when we hit, let's go for a TP2 wheel, something about here. Oh, I gotta stand up. Oh, yeah. Winning trades, red candle coming down. We're winning trades, that red candle's coming down. Oh, I gotta get a little bit more water. I hate his dumb face. No, I'm kidding. I don't hate anyone. I like every trader. I think every trader has their own ways of succeeding. I like a bit of a more simple approach to my trading. Alrighty, how are we doing now? So my trading style, it has like a little bit more of kind of a gut feel. Like I have a lot of confluences, but I want to allow myself that gut feel. I don't want complete systematic automation. I have that in Forex Fury, my trading robot, obviously, which I talk about sometimes on the stream. You can see my trading robot here, Forex Fury. This is completely automated, right? So in my manual trading, I don't want it to be completely automated and mechanical. You could see I added just this account here yesterday. So this account had some drawdown. You could see this is completely verified here. This is a nice looking trading account right there. Obviously the past results don't guarantee future performance. All right, they just don't. But you could see some of the trading accounts that I have. This one has a lower drawdown, a bit of a safer one right there. Really nice account, $50,000 deposit, and as you can see, I profited about 78 on that one. Now that is obviously not a typical trading result. I don't want to pretend like if you use Forex Fury you're going to be as good with Forex Fury as I am, but you know, you were asking about my trading approach. I use a trading robot, but I also trade manually, as you're watching me trade manually right now. Seem to be rejecting on our Australian dollar off of this level right here. We do have a break-even set, so right there is kind of a support level. It seems to be holding right now. Hopefully we can break through that level. I am still losing my EU trade, but I did get out of this one at TP1. So we got out, TP1 was somewhere around here, I believe. So let's TP1. And we're still hoping that this one continues to push down. Need a little bit of US dollar strength. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate my baby in chat. Always looking out for daddy. Always looking out for daddy. All right, what do we got on EU? Still looking at a loser on EU. You know, the problem with this trade is our resistance level right here, it really has been tested high. So we may come all the way up here to test this thing. I may have to expand my stops on this one, turn this into more of a day trade. That's absolutely fine though. I'm always monitoring my trades after the stream as well. And then usually if you're watching me, you'll see after the trade, I'm kind of mentioning what I'm doing on Instagram. So I always kind of update on Instagram as well. All right, let's take a look at some other pairs, I guess. These trades are slowing down. GJ, yeah, it looked like we had the, it looks like you already would have had your entry on GJ. Although I probably would have missed my entry here, but you could see this was like a support level down here, right? That was a support level. Seems like it's using that level as resistance right there. You know, use that as support, broke through, using that as resistance and going down a little bit. So probably missed your entry already on that one, brother. US 30, let's go ahead and take a look at the US 30. We were considering an entry here. Maybe an EMA entry, but yeah, I wasn't feeling it. That's the whole point, right? It's not systematic. It's like you have to feel it a little bit and just decide. But the thing is, like, you losing is fine too. Like this win streak that I have of 4, this 29-6, you know, there's just a lot of that is just kind of gut feel, which is, I guess I call it discretion. It's just hard to explain. I hope that, like, when you watch my streams, you just kind of get it, you know? Like, it's hard to understand. It's hard to explain, man. It's hard to explain. I hope that I do a good job teaching. Oh, if Forex is banned in India, you could trade stocks, you could trade crypto. I don't know what you can trade. That's up to you. I don't live in India, so I don't know, but I know there's a ton of Indian traders in my channel and in here right now. Look at Saivisa Dufa Praneeth. He's in here right now. US 100. Whoa, what a pullback. I remember I was saying, oh, if I was going to enter, it'd be down here at the demand. Holy crap. But that's a lot of pullback. So that's like, again, it's like, are we catching red candles? You know, look at all this. Are we going to catch it? That's the fallen knife. That's where your gut comes in. Do I want to take it? No. Yeah. I'm sorry, John Jay. I'm not trying to confuse you, but there is a lot of discretion involved in trading in general. You know, like just understanding the price action and just getting a feel for how you operate within the trading strategy. Shout out to India. Gold, holy moly. My trading robot, my trade with Pat robot's been doing awesome on gold. My Fury robot's got a good gold account too. Oh, someone going on U30? Yeah, I don't know. This is a crazy one, man. You can't catch that thing, huh? Like, I do like that, hey, we have an EMA right here. And that EMA looked like it held a little bit right here. But it's like, this is a really difficult thing to do, right? You know, this could just slam right down. When it's this red, it could just slam right down. Well, we have the Forex Fury robot is always available. That's an awesome robot. The Trade with Pat robot, which is going to be this exact trading strategy, that won't be available for, I don't know, probably a couple of months. I want to get some live results on live trading accounts. You know, I don't like to release a product without some live trading results, because then it's just like, what the hell am I even doing? You know, I see these guys, they release a product with like one back test and they go, oh, this is a great system. And it's just like, if you're not willing to throw at least $3,000 in a trading account and run the robot, then you shouldn't be selling it. And that's what most people do. I've seen people selling robots for like $2,000, $3,000 for one license of the robot, and they have a live account that has $1,000 deposit. So it's like they're willing to deposit $1,000 in a robot they want you to pay $2,000 for, which is absolutely absurd. Oh, it'll definitely be out before December. This thing, I'm hoping to have it like September probably, you know. I think I'm going to go to Europe end of August, beginning of September, and then when I come back, hopefully the robots doubled a bunch of trading accounts, and then I can release it to everybody. But, you know, I've been working so hard all summer right now. I'm like, I got to enjoy the weather a little bit. Do I really want to build out a website and a Discord and do all of this stuff? Not really. Oh yeah, love the Philippines. My father-in-law is in the Philippines right now, marrying a Filipino bride. Euro USD. I'm in a trade on Euro USD right now. Let's see. Looks, that's all right. That's a nice red candle. Hopefully we come down. Hopefully we come down. Still like my setup. Starting to see a little bit of US dollar strength here. Definitely rejecting, you know, we're a bit stuck between buyers and sellers here, right? So not a lot of movement on this one. Getting a little bit more movement on the Euro US dollar as we get back into our range. You can see this is our range high right now. We've got about 3 minutes. Do you really want to see this candle right there close within this range, right? Within our micro range. If the candle can close within the micro range, it's very possible that the price will trade within the micro range. And if it trades within the micro range, then we could take profits somewhere within that range. And that is kind of just part of the strategy, the micro, the macro range. And if you see people start doing this online, okay, if you see other YouTubers all of a sudden going micro, macro range, understand that I created that, okay? This is how I trade. I know there's a lot of YouTubers watching my streams lately, and they're kind of stealing stuff. I've noticed a lot of people talking about confluent stacks, something that I've created as well, which is fine. It's fine, you know, like it's, you know, but, you know, give me a shout out every once in a while if you're going to create a strategy on my name, or if you're going to use some of my concepts. I'm not ICT here, right? But damn, that Euro USD was looking real good, but it filled FEG reacted. Look, filled the FEG right there, shot up. That's too bad, man. We were really getting close. We were really getting close. Could have broke even there if we wanted, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to hang out with this one for a while and hang out with our EU as well. Let's look at Swiss franc. You know, I'll look at some pairs for you here. Why not look at some pairs for you? Swiss franc, I don't know, right? You know, I'm a range trader, right? So I wanted to trade in this range here. And we kind of broke out of that range. And then we got our close there. And we're coming back up. What would I do if I was going to trade? I would sell this now, right? Since we're creating our new range, right? Creating a new range here, let's say. I would be selling it probably. I might have missed it already, but it would be selling it off of this level right here. So this would be my, I should say my supply would be about that. So I would take it at the midline, right? Range midline at the top of supply. I think that would be it. That would probably be my setup if I was going to take this. Now, I don't think I'm going to take this. I'm not in love with this because, you know, I'm a range trader and we just broke out of the range. So it does look like, hey, maybe we're starting to trend. And I'm not much of a trend trader, even though you see it in some of my videos. You know, I may trade with the overwhelming trend, right, which is down here under the 200 EMA. But, you know, that's not it. That's not all. That's not it, and that's not all. We didn't get the close inside of the range, but the price is re-entering our range again on Euro USD, which is a good sign. And on our Australian dollar USD, we've kind of been just a bit stagnant in this area right here. We did TP1 out on this one, still up about 800 on this one. Hoping to get a TP1 on Euro USD at some point. Ideally, we trade within our range here, right? Again, let me just show you what I'm looking at on this trade, okay? So on the EU trade, we have resistance level at the top, support level at the bottom, okay? And that is our macro range. So we're trading within the macro range, as you can see right here. Now, if price breaks up and breaks out and turns into a trending market, I'll lose. But you know, statistically, markets go up and down and they range. They range 70 to 80% of the time. And so, if you can set your range, oh, there we go. That looks all right. And if you can set your range right, hell yeah. I want to go into the UCAD. Okay, so this was the UCAD that I gave you. Remember that? Remember that? It's holding on the EMA. It just won again. So that's a TP2 on that one. I gave this trade earlier today. If you held UCAD, if you took the UCAD, you're not supposed to follow my trades because this is not financial advice. But I gave this trade earlier and it didn't trigger in for me, but it would have been TP2'd now. So that's a nice little setup right now. EU seems to be rejecting off of our entry right here. Really hoping that we could kind of maintain within our micro range there. Australian dollar rejecting off of this support level right here. Can we break through that level, come down? I'm hoping that we can for TP2. This trade I may let ride even further. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do on this trade yet for TP2. I kind of want to trade it down because I've been really good with my direction lately. So we may trade this one down. EU, not sure what I'm going to do on this one. I'm not obsessed with it. Like, I like my AUD a lot more. So if I can get to break even on EU, I may pull out at break even and then just watch my Australian dollar trade. But there is potential for this trade to still come. Now, the only problem is I don't like that this EMA is starting to pull up here. So we'll see what I do, but I'm definitely going to watch this closely and potentially pull out on break even and just kind of stick to my AUD. Maybe ride this thing down. I think I want to potentially ride this down further. So let's adjust the TP on that one, the pool, to let that ride. Maybe we even trail stop that one to show people a trailed stop. Waiting for this to come to break even. Not sure if I'm going to continue on my EU trade. Now, I still like this setup. I just don't feel like watching two trades. Yeah, I'm thinking about closing and moving to another trade, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm monitoring. I'm making my decisions live, obviously. I'm at 4 in a row. Hey, it would be nice for EU to come down. Then I could just go, hey, we're at 5 in a row as we leave the week. Who doesn't want to leave 5 in a row? All right. what am I doing? All right, how's everybody doing? Yes, I am looking forward to the robot as well. If you're interested in my current robot, Forex Fury, that's an awesome robot as well. I had a bunch of videos talking about the robot setup, Patrick, but I had to take them down. So I'll be adding some more videos soon with Forex Fury setups. I like to use it in an aggressive way with no stop loss a lot of the time, really focused on range-bound trading. Let's not flip bullish here on EU, please. I was very close to getting out of this one at break even, so the last thing I want to see is that flip bullish. Still not sure if I'm going to stay in that one or not, but my AUD USD has been looking pretty nice. So I've just been kind of going back and forth between the two. This one's looking pretty nice. Now, hopefully we can really break through this level of support here. Gotta have a candle break through and close beneath this level right there. If we get that, I think we'll really be cooking. Now, if we go to EU right now, we're flipping bearish again. We rejected again. That's a good sign. But again, I don't like this EMA right here. That might hold the price against me. And so because of that, I may pull out on this one. We're just going to have to see. Trying to decide right now what I do with that trading position as we come closer to my break even right there. Obviously watching the Australian dollar, US dollar, because we're trying to get what? We're trying to get a break out of this area right here. All right, and there we go on EU. And I am out on EU, so I'm gonna break even on EU. It may carry down, it is what it is. I'm gonna be out on EU right here at break even. Just want to monitor the one trade. If you're in the EU trade, still not a bad position. It's still not a bad position. It just wasn't the position for me. I wanted to see a little bit more momentum to the downside. You see, we're starting to reject off my entry, so I decided to get out of that at break even. So no loss there, no win there. And let's go into our Australian dollar, US dollar. This is the one that I was really looking for. I'm sure Euro's now going down as well, but that's fine. You can see we're waiting for this break right here, and we're carrying this Australian dollar trade down as far as we possibly can today. I've been really good at getting direction. I haven't been as good at getting my profit targets. So, you know, I'm on stream, I go, ooh, do I want to leave the trade? You know, you get excited. You know, I got 1,300 sitting there. Do I take it? Do I not? What we want to have is a close beneath this level right here. That's going to take a few minutes to get that candle. If we get a candle close right there, that would be juicy, and I could really see this continuing down. Now, we're going to have this EMA to contend with. Price could bounce off the EMA, but it doesn't look like the EMA is being respected too much here. You know, we've come below it here, come below it, come above it, come below it. So the EMA is not doing a great job on this pair right now, so I don't think we have to worry about it too much. That's that recent price action. So, whew, talking a lot today. How's everybody doing in the chat? Anyone have any questions? Everything is in the members area, Mr. Mystery. When you have the Forex Fury robot, everything's in the members area. So the broker, the settings, the guidelines. The problem people have with the robot is they don't follow any of it. They don't read any of it. Let's look at EU again. Yeah, look, EU is starting to come down, which, you know, maybe I should have stayed in this one, but I did pull out of this trade at break even. If you're in it still, you shouldn't be, because you're not supposed to follow my trades, but if you're in it still, you might be TP1. Now, I was concerned about this EMA right here, which was one of the main reasons why I exited. And you see, like, we just got a bit of a jump off of that level right there. So I am in Australian dollar, US dollar. Now, there is an oil setup I'm looking at on another monitor. I'm going a bit crazy this morning. I want to be patient. Am I going to stream tomorrow? Probably not. I have to film the gold video. See, the gold video right here, I've got to film this. We're going to have a swing and a day trading strategy, and we're going to have the gold strategy number 2, the scalping strategy. So I'm going to put both of those in one video, and I got to shoot that tomorrow. So hopefully I could shoot that tomorrow and then have some time to myself. I'm working way too much this summer. Trading way too much this summer too. I'm trading like crazy this summer. But you know, I'm building that mansion, so I kind of feel like, all right, this is the last time I work like crazy. And then when I move into that mansion in February, hey, we got the close below our support level. That's very nice. We've got a lot of red candles right here. But look, we've got a lot of move. We've got a lot of room down here, right? There's a lot of room, and we're kind of halfway here between our TP, and we're halfway in between the top and the bottom of our range right there. So we're looking pretty good to sell this down still. I don't want to look at EU because I feel like EU may continue down, right? Because it also has a lot of room just from this level to this level, you know? I got a lot of lines on this chart. Holy crap. That's an ugly looking chart. Let's clean that up a little bit right there. All right, so this was our EU one. I became a little bit of a coward on that one, and I put it all into my Australian dollar, which is cooking right now. So we're break even, and we're pushing down on Australian dollar, US dollar. We're at 29.6. Our win streak is 4. Definitely having that housewarming party. Oh gosh. I'll be live again on Monday, but I'm going to be live here for at least another half an hour or so. But I do every Monday to Wednesday. I'll be Monday to Wednesday next week as well, as I'm getting some more winners. Look, my trades are looking pretty good today. What did I had? I had the US CAD. I called this one out, sniper entry, and then I had the Euro USD, not looking as good, but I got out at break even. And then I had the Australian dollar, US dollar, and like a lot of that is discretionary, just using my gut. But for all those people that said I couldn't trade and I was just a YouTuber, they're eating a lot of crow over the last 2 months, as I absolutely crush the markets on live stream every damn time. It's just been unbelievable. We've got a huge FVG fill right here. That's a big FVG right there. So I'm hoping price sucks down because of that FVG. And once we get into that area there, I may consider taking a profit somewhere around here. I've got a couple of different options on this trade, but look at that thing. That's a beautiful setup right there. When we zoom out a little bit, you can see, look, we've been trading within this range, right? Say Pat is what kind of a trader? Pat is a range bound trader. I like when price trades within a range like it is right here. That's what I like to trade. That's how I like to trade. That's how we do business here. That is simply how we do business, right? What do? We take our Fibonacci and we take it from one range to the other range. And then look, anything above here, 50% becomes discounted price. We entered not only there, we entered above this level, right? We entered here, right? So that's a real discount on that price. And so you get the price at a discount, you get a good price, and price, look, cascades down. Look at this. This is very little drawdown right there, folks. That's very little drawdown compared to where the price is now. So that is a nice looking trade live in front of over 1,000 people. The gold strategy will be out not this week, but next week. This week we have the copier trade. The copier video. I don't know what SL you're talking about, big dog. Just wins today. Well, we're using this level as resistance now. So hopefully we respect this level right here. But, you know, there could be some push up before we come back. You know, we also have the bottom of the range helping us trade off the bottom of the range. Very nice stuff. How's our EU looking? Look, EU reacting off of that EMA. That's what scared me. That's why I got out of this one right there at break even. So happy I made that decision there. May not be happy soon because I still feel like this is a pretty good move. You know, there's still a lot of room for the price to go down. Let's go into our Australian dollar. This one's working out real nice. It's a real nice trade. I'm so happy you guys are with me here today. This is my last stream of the week. I'll be back on Monday. But I'm hanging out here, hanging out with you. If you have any questions for someone who's been trading for 16 years, I'm always here to answer your question. I love you too, Adam. Much love. Bitcoin 1089. Bitcoin's taking a bit of a dive right here. Look, I had mapped out a demand zone right here. Didn't hold. Look, there was another demand zone right here. Didn't hold. And then I guess you had a little bit of a support level here. And you're getting a reaction off of that. But you could have lost this trade 1-2 times before you finally got in here. So hopefully if you did it, you had a good risk reward ratio. I don't trade Bitcoin too much in the short term. It's a bit of a volatile asset, right? And if we're talking about volatility, what does volatility bring? Volatility brings trending markets, right? That's an uptrend right there. And what do I like to trade? I like to trade those ranging markets, right? Ranging. Let's take a look at gold. Gold's taken off, man. Nice day for gold. Love gold. Don't really have a trade here. I'm not seeing a trade here, at least. You know, maybe this is a level of demand right there. Could show some interest, but it's not a strong demand zone. So don't care too much about that. NZD CAD. Let's take a look at that. I don't think I even have that. Let's see. DCAD. NZD CAD. Okay, what do we have here? NZD CAD, let's take a look. It's hard to set up the support and resistance on this one, isn't it? It's a bit of a choppy. I guess this level here? So that's kind of a small range, isn't it? If we look at this, just like an 11 pip range, so not sure what exactly to do with that. Does look like the EMA is doing a good job though. You see EMA here, 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 here. EMA's getting touched. It's getting touched and pushing quite a bit. It's not always holding, but it is getting touched and holding a little bit. So just got a touch right there. Broke out the top, came to the bottom. I guess I would buy it up if I was doing anything on NZD CAD. I would buy it up to this top of the range, but it's not much of a move. UJ, sure, let's take a look at UJ for you. UJ is in a downtrend right now, right? We're below that 200 period EMA. This was a level of support I was looking at right here, a point of interest that I had. Price didn't tap in, but it did go up. So I didn't really have an entry there, but that was the level. Based on my strategy though, I still would have wanted to see the price break out the top of the orb before it kind of fell and cascaded down to that support level to trade up. Would have been a counter trend trade, but that's something I was looking at earlier today. US oil, I had a setup on oil. I don't even think I showed you. Yeah, I had a setup on oil. I was looking to buy on oil, but nothing came of it. Jeez, though, you know, if you got this close and you just waited for the demand entry right here, it's not a great demand zone, to be honest. Maybe you'd have to look at a lower time frame to sharpen it up a little bit, but that would have been a hell of an entry. Look at this. Freaking come into here, ping. But I missed that one. Vapul was actually telling me about that one at 10:53. Okay, so we would have missed that anyway. So he was just talking about that recently. But yeah, he was saying, Vapul was saying he's like an oil for a long today. We see we have the trend line get broken right here. So there's a decent trend line. That's a nice trend line. That got broken right there by this candle. That was also the orb breakout right there. So that was a nice one. Let's just go ahead and take a look at one of my trades, my open trade right here before I get back to your trades. Still sitting in this bad boy right here. Kind of letting this thing carry down. We should probably spin the wheel of Pat again because we've had a bunch of wins. And I was like, I'm not going to spin it till TP2, but that's going to take some time. So let's go ahead and do a little spin of the wheel of Pat. Lots of W's today. Just put your W's in the chat for all of these wins. Let's go ahead and give this a nice little spin and see if we get any more free VIP winners. Oh, that's looking like a 4 spot. That'll bring us to 7 today. All right, so I got AV and Varma. You guys are the first 2. Then we got, let's go with Benta Kush. Always love Benta Kush. And let's go with Montano FX, okay? Those are the 4 winners right there. And it's exactly as spelled, okay? If that's the name, it's exactly as spelled. Those are your 4 winners right there. I got a haircut today. Yes, I got a haircut. 2 in the afternoon. Eesh. Why are you leaving? All right, don't leave me. I love you. But yeah, all right. If you are one of the winners, make sure to come to my Instagram account. Oh, that's not my Instagram account. What the hell? Let's go to my Instagram account right here. Make sure that you're following the account. If you want to claim your prize, you have to DM me proof, right? Your name was AV, your name was Vera, Benta Kush, Montano FX. Screenshot showing me your name in YouTube or you can't claim your prize. This is Forex. I trade Forex, not futures. And I do it quite well, but my strategies definitely work on futures, work on indices. So if you're new here, feel free to hang out. Got a trade up about 1,500 right now. That's just been pushing down for me all day. It's looking real good, looking like a really smart play by me today. Let's give this a refresh. 12 new followers. Let's get some more followers in there. Let's get some likes in here, and we got a lot of wins. Let's throw a little money on there. Hell yeah, baby. As we go back to the charts and we monitor my Australian dollar, US dollar trade. It's been a great week on stream here. US dollar, Swiss franc. You want to take a look at? Jeez, what the hell would I do here? Yeah, this was one of those ones. So now you could just kind of do a break and retest, eh? So you have break of this level, retest this level, and you trade it down, right? If you're going to be safe, you're going to be as safe as possible, you trade it from the top here. Okay, now it's outside of the range, and you know we don't love that, but I think that's probably what I would do. Now it's inside of a supply right now, which was my original entry if I was considering this for a trade, but I don't think I'm going to take this one. But we could definitely monitor this one. Look, that was my original entry right there. I think it was something like this off of this candle here. So something worth monitoring to see, hey, is that supply going to hold, or are we going to push up to retest? You know, frequently when you get a break like that, you want to retest the zone, pick up some more sell orders, and then carry that thing down. So I think that's the setup that I would use here. Why is the price broken both at the top and the bottom of the range? Not sure what that means. What else are we looking at? Australian dollar, US dollar. This is the trade that I have open. What do we have? We got the macro range right here. All right, resistance at the top, support at the bottom. Price has been trading within this range. I was expecting the price to continue trading within that range because price trades within the range 70 to 80% of the time. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? So that's that. That's why I did this. We had the trend line break right here, right? Trend line right here. Broke it. carrying it down. Simple stuff. We had the orb, right? The bottom of the orb. We wanted to see it break out. Price broke out and closed above the bottom of the orb. We waited for a pullback. We waited for a steep pullback on this one because we had a level of supply there. So we had a lot of confluences on this trade. A lot of reasons for it to push down. And it is still continuing to push down. Starting to fill this FVG soon. That's going to suck the price right in. And then I will consider potentially taking profits somewhere in here, if not all the way down at the bottom at what? My level of demand right here. Why are we down to 900 views? What's going on? Euro USD, let's see. Euro USD was a sell trade. Now I got out of this trade at break even. I was a bit worried about the EMA holding, so I got out at break even, but it does look like it's starting to push down. So we could have taken this, if it got to this level right there, that would have been 5 in a row. Let's go back to Australian dollar as we get to our EMA. Are we gonna hold that EMA or are we gonna push through it? Hopefully the FVG is strong enough to suck the price through that EMA and we come down to TP2 here. Well, it looks like we're losing some viewers here. We're under 1,000 for the first time of the day. People don't want to see me win. You know, this place was packed. There was 1,300 people in here when I was losing. Now when I'm winning, no one wants to watch. Oh, I don't want to watch Pat win. What are these haters, man? They come in here just to try and see if I lose. And they leave because I don't lose. Look at this. I'm sitting at 1,800 on this position here. Woo! That's a nice candle. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Radu. Shout out to all the people that stayed. Shout out to all the people that want to watch the wins. Euro USD. Should have stayed in this one, hey? Damn, I was confident about this trade. Look at that. I should have stayed in Euro USD. 2,000 now as we fill. 2,000 as we fill. Let's pull our TP into the fair value gap here and see if we can catch it. Let's see if we can catch it. Now, obviously, there's more room down here. But let's see if we can catch it right here. That would be a... Jeez, that would be a trade for over 3 today. I'd be probably over 6K on the day. Now, I'm trading big lots. My results are not typical. Don't try and respect that EMA now. I'm getting excited. Oh, why did I short above the EMA? Well, I had a lot of reasons to take this trade. You know, I had the trend line right here. I had the break of my orb right here and close. I had a level of supply here on the lower time frame. And we were at the top of my macro range, right? The macro range from here to the micro range here. So I felt like there was a lot of room between these ranges to get into the trade. Now, how's the EU doing? See, if EU came to this level right here, I would have been TP1 and 5 wins in a row. But I did get out at break even. Because I'm a pussy, I guess. Why am I a pussy? I'm never a pussy on stream. EMA does not respect by the lower time frame. It does if it does, Jay. It does if it does, right? That's why you look at the charts. Is it respecting it right now? No. It's not respecting it very well here. It kind of respected it here a little bit, but not really, you know, not really respecting it here. And so it's on the chart and I go, all right, I'm not too worried about it. If we go to another chart here, is it respecting it here? A little bit here is respecting it, right? You can see it respected it here, definitely respected it here. So if you saw that it respected it here and then you're like, you know what, I have a sell in this area right here, maybe I'll be more inclined to take it because the recent price action on that EMA was telling me that it was being respected, okay? Same here, right? It was respected here on the push up. It got respected here on a retest on the push down. So those are times where it is respected on the lower time frame. as we go to the Australian dollar, US dollar right here, monitoring my open trade. It's been a nice looking trade all day long. Oh gosh, what am I eating for lunch today? I wonder if I eat lunch on stream and hang out with you guys. I gotta stretch a little bit though. Oh, you wanna watch me stretch? Oh, who's looking at my butt? Get on, boy. I'm not twerking, I'm stretching. That's extended child's pose. It's like the same as this, right? Like that. And you just open up. You gotta open up like behind the shoulder blades. Oh, if I don't do that, I feel terrible. All right, look at this thing go. Come on. This is one hell of a trade we've got going today. Zesty. Yeah, man. Hella zesty. Well, I'm hanging out. I hope you're hanging out, because I'm hanging out. Do I take another trade today? Probably not, but there's always a chance if I see one. Damn, is EU cooking? EU. I would have been 5 in a row. I probably would have taken profit by now. I probably would be 5 in a row. I just didn't like having 2 trades open. Sometimes I don't like having 2 trades open. I'm gonna go see what's in the fridge. I'll be right back. I'll just type that. Checking fridge. BRB. People like that. And then you'll know. Let's see, you'll know because you're looking at the trade. I have a bag of chicken. How do we feel about the bag of chicken? I think that's probably what we're gonna eat, huh? Bag of chicken. I'm gonna do chicken and then like a macaroni salad. My diet has not been very good right now. With summer, I'm just kind of stuffing my face. Got no wedges, but I got this 4 cheese macaroni salad or something, macaroni pasta from Costco. Is unbelievable. I'll show you that. I'll bring it. A little show and tell here, huh? This is the one right here. You got it. If you have a Costco, you gotta do this one. A little show and tell. This one, absolutely. 4 cheese. This thing's absolutely nuts. You have like 1 scoop of this thing, you got like 400 calories. So try not to eat this too much. Thanks, Mo Sabri. Much love to you, brother. Much love to Arman. Let's get into the UJ trade. Ooh, intuition. Relax here. We're not gamblers. Intuition. We're not gamblers. Be happy with the wins that we have. Say we have wins at home, right? That's what they say. We have wins at home. Swiss franc. Yeah, I've heard bad things about the Costco chicken too, but again, it's like I only have one of these things like once every couple of months, so you know, as long as you're eating within you know, you have some sort of moderation in your diet, you should be all right. Someone wants me to look at Swiss franc. Yeah, Swiss franc, I was considering an entry there on Swiss franc. Why? Because it's like a break and retest setup. Break, retest, and then down. So that was something I was interested in. If I was going to take another trade, potentially would be that one. Potentially, okay? That doesn't mean you should take it. I'm not going to take it because I'm up, I don't know, what, 6,000 or something today? I'm doing incredible today. Just waiting for this one to continue filling the FVG. See our FVG right there? Getting filled. Now I am targeting the bottom of that FVG, which is risky. So maybe if I get this thing up to 2,300, maybe I'll take it. What do we got? 11:20 on the clock. Let's pull this up just a little bit. I'd like to get it on the stream here. Let's see if we can push through on this one. I'd like to get it on the stream. You know, I don't like to close trades off stream, right? Because then, you know, if I watch this thing, you know, I may watch it all the way down here for the next couple of hours, just, you know, passively, and then win. And then you guys go, you're not going to win like that. Yeah, second to latest video. Thank you, Harrigarin. Much love to you. Appreciate the assistance in the chat. Gonna have to scoop some of you guys up. Maybe I'll pay you guys to moderate the Discord. Hey, when I release that robot, maybe I'll pay some of you guys to monitor that Discord. But I'm gonna pay you pennies because this is a cult and you have to love me and work for almost nothing. I'm just kidding. I'll give you some real money. Relax. Don't get mad at me now. Is EU still cooking? Damn it. Ah, that would have been 5 in a row, man. Why did I close at break even here? Oh, man. Stop pointing out this EU trade. Now I feel bad about myself. Ah, damn, that would have been 5 in a row. We should be at 6 in a row because the UCAD didn't trigger either. Look at the UCAD. I gave this trade today too, for crying out loud, man. I was cooking today. This one didn't trigger. Okay, this one didn't trigger, but a perfect entry. A lot of people got it. A lot of people got it. And then we had the EU trade. I didn't feel great about because I didn't want 2 trades open, so I pulled out of this one at break even around here like a pussy-ass bitch. And then this one is already going in our direction. So we should have been 3 wins today. We're going to be 1 win today. I should be able to claim the UCAD because I just didn't trigger it. Like, it was, my limit was here, right? Like, price came down to here and it just didn't trigger me. So whatever. I'm still the king. Don't forget it. We got a couple of people taking profits on EU. They're happy. Yeah, the thing is, it's like, in terms of like my psychology here on stream, I have to kind of force patience on stream, right? Because there are streams where I kind of get a little bit out of control because I'm kind of just like chatting and we're just talking and I'm like telling stories about, you know, ex-girlfriends and shit like this. And then I get screwed and I get loose. I get way too loose. So I have to be like super patient, because then I start getting loose and I start going, let's just take a trade. Why not take a trade? It's like it's like a drunk guy getting another drink at the bar. So I have to like make sure that I'm avoiding that. Yeah, maybe I do 4 days a week sometimes, but it's not going to be this week. It's the summer. Let's wait till when the weather gets bad. I'll do this. Like, maybe I'll even stream 5 days a week in the winter or something. But you know, drop some Patty lore. Yeah, I know. What kind of stories can I tell? that aren't going to get me in trouble. I think I told you I was telling you about the, oh, I've got many stories. Mansion's going great. The barbecue is showing up today. The outdoor barbecue shows up in a couple hours while I'm getting my hair cut. The roof is coming along. The roof is almost done. They're working on the Ethernet and all that stuff inside the house, getting all the cables ready, getting all the camera systems going and all that stuff. I just, you know what, I can't wait to just kind of like, you know, eat an edible or smoke a joint and play basketball in the backyard or something. I can't wait for that. You know, with my own hoop, just playing some basketball, just chilling. Here we go. Let's push this thing down. This could be about 2,300. I think I pulled about 600 at TP1 on this one, so this would be about 3K off of this position, which is solid, you know, which is a solid day. You know, you're not going to see this very often on stream from anyone else, really. What am I now? 29 and 6. It does seem like I'm an incredible trader. US CAD, yeah, I think I would be probably done trading today, guys. I don't know if you should get in any more entries. We're getting to around 11:30. A lot of the volatility is coming out of the market. You can see, look at these candles that we're looking at right now. You can see we have very little volatility in the market. Although I guess little volatility is pretty good for our range trading, so I can't say don't trade, you know, do whatever you want to do. But I feel like I'm done today. Yeah, it's a good payday today, and actually I got something else to show you. This one's gonna maybe not love this. All right, so let me see what's in my email here. I had an email yesterday, so let's pop that open, and I'll show you this in a second. Oh, I gotta change my password and shit. Ugh. All right, well maybe I won't show that to you then. Damn it. I hate it when you got to change the password every 70 days or whatever. Whatever. All right, back to the trade. Back to camera one. Camera one. Who's with me on camera one? Shout out to Mansoor. Shout out to Rajveet. How can I use the EMA indicator? Just come up to indicators at the top. Right there. EMA. Moving average exponential. Just click on that right there. It's going to put it on your chart. And that's this right there. That is this right here. Now, no one asked about where I'm trading today, but if you are wondering where I'm trading, I trade with the broker sponsor, Top Fintura. Link to that is in the video's description. It's a good broker. I'm happy with the broker. It looks like we're getting a bit of a reaction off of our FVG now, so that is our FVG. A little bit of indecision in this area. Do we carry it back up? Hopefully not. We do have a pretty strong level there that could hold. So even if we do come back up, should be able to come down, hit that TP soon. Feel good about this trade still. Sticking into it. Yeah, I believe that you can. If you're not sure if you can use the broker, just go to the website and do a little chat with the people on the website. They're solid. We have a lot of volatility. Well, there's always volume in the markets. Like, you can trade whenever you want to trade. But just in terms of what I'm seeing on the charts right now, I'm just seeing very small movements, which is fine if you're scalping. Honestly, it's not a big thing. Harrigan hit a US 100. He entered at 22740. So that was a potential setup that I gave here, right? So I was saying if the price came down to the demand, I would consider entry. So it does look like someone did do one of these and hit it right there. So shout out to Harrigan. Shout out to Intuition, who's trading with the broker I trade with. Absolutely. Trade with any broker you like. Obviously, I like my broker because, you know, I like the conditions, I like the spreads, I like the low commissions. What are the blue boxes on the chart? Yes, that's my support and resistance. Exactly. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you kind of what I'm thinking when I'm trading all the time. All right. So I've done this a few times today, but that's fine. At the top, you see here, we have a resistance. We call that the top of my macro range. Right down here, we have the support. That's the bottom of my macro range, okay? And my macro range is this. This is a range, right? So price trades within the range a lot. 70 to 80% of the time, the price trades within that range, okay? That's what we know. That's what the market tells us. That's what data tells us, right? And you should use data in your trading. Why not? And then we have a micro range, right? That micro range, let's see if I can close that. That micro range is created right here. That's the open range high and the open range low. That's that 15-minute candle right there, the New York Stock Exchange open. It sets a range for us. So when price breaks out of that range, as it did right here, and close, that tells us, okay, we could sell today. That's a pretty good indication we're going to sell. So now we want to see a pullback, and then we want to carry it down, which is what we're getting. Where do we want to pull back? We want to pull back to a level of supply. On a lower time frame, this was a supply. We also had our trend line right there. That trend line got broken. That's another indication that we should sell. So there was a lot of confluences on our side. Seem to be getting a reaction to our FVG. Not sure if we're going to be able to get this close on stream, but I do want this close on stream because then I could show it in my next reel that I do this morning. Oh, and I'm going to put the disco line song. No broke boys, no new friends. Dun, 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 dun. Shout out Capitan Lib. Thinking about doing the master trader thing, or at the very least, I'm thinking about kind of creating a VIP room that copies all of the stream trades, the stream trade VIP room. It's a consideration, but you know, I'm working on the robot and stuff, and the 2 VIP rooms are already so good, so I'll do the macro range sometimes on the 5-minute time frame. You could do it on the 1 hour, you could do it on the 15, you could do it on the 30, just whatever you prefer. This is pretty obvious, I feel like, on any time frame though. You know, as I scroll out, it's a pretty obvious range setup. Well, I'm gonna hang out for a while as I watch this trade complete. So if you have any questions, I think I did spin the wheel for this trade already. I think we're already at 7 VIP winners today. I think we're going to hang out in this trade for a little bit longer. I'm going to get some lunch. Oh, the taxes are crazy. My property taxes alone will probably be $16,000 to $20,000 a year. Yeah, I trade London sessions sometimes. I am not live tomorrow. It was a good day, Harrigaran. It was a good day, Harrigaran. Am I saying that right? I hope I am. I'm going to get some lunch, and I'm going to stay on stream. The next live will be Monday. So I'll be right back in about 2 minutes here. Don't leave me if you want. Yeah, I try not to swear. I'm not a big curse word user. But it slips out here and there. This is a sell trade right here. Well in profit. Already took take profit 1 of about 600 bones, and looking for about $2,300 to close this thing out. Yeah. Be right back. Just gonna get my lunch. We're gonna eat on stream together today. I'm sticking with this trade. I'd like this to close off. I don't know if it's as good in the London session. Sarah's been here most of the day, it seems. Sweet little Sarah. She's here somewhere. Yeah, I'm hanging out probably. I want to see if I could get this trade to close out, so I'm at least going to eat lunch with you guys here. Hope you don't mind hanging out with me while I eat some food. I really like these too. These ketchup flavored almonds. I know that probably sounds weird to a lot of you, but in Canada we have a lot of ketchup flavored products like ketchup flavored chips and stuff. Show and tell. All right, look at that little reaction off of the EMA and pushing down here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take another trade. I'm up so big today. You know, why should I risk it? So you guys should be coming here to hang out, you know? You're not just coming here to use me for my trades, are you? You love me. Don't just use and abuse me. I do see people that come and go, oh, thanks for the trade. They leave. Let's look at USD CHF. Someone's asking about this one. Oh, here was a possible setup right here. Something like that. That was the break and retest play. This one's probably going to come down. See right here, bit of a fake out right above the obvious level of support / resistance here. I could see this one coming down, but I didn't take it. I'm right here. Well, I gotta take the text off of the screen. He likes my Trump impression. That's because he's gay. And by gay, I mean happy. I shouldn't have to say that on stream, but I feel like I have to. He's gay. I'm happy that you came, Joseph. I hope this helps you trade whatever you trade. Hearst, yes, it can. It can. If you break out the top and you break out the bottom of the orb, now it will be better if it doesn't, but it's fine if it does, right? Like this one did right here. You can see we broke out the bottom. I was sell side, and then we did break out the top. But to break out the top, I was already in the trade right here, so that's part of life. But again, it's like, you know, just kind of that kind of happens. You can see right here, recent level, right? There's this recent high. And then you can see, we take liquidity here, knock out some stop losses before we push all the way down. Now we have a little bit of some lazy candles in here. Some lazy candles. Those candles are gay. I mean happy. Don't cancel me. It's hard to find a good spot to eat here. That's a bit too close to the camera. Amaterasu. I don't know if I necessarily completely agree with that. I feel like at some point the orb is not good. Like, I feel like at some point the orb loses its power as support and resistance. Okay, get out of my face. All this winning sure does make me hungry. I don't really put my, yeah, we're leaving the, well, oh, like exit the trade. I already took TP1 here. I already won here, so I'm already in profit, so I can kind of sit with this trade for a while, even if it comes back up to this level and then comes down. You know, if it were to break above, you know, my support level right here, if it breaks above there, I wouldn't feel as good about it, but I don't know what I'm up like 6K or something today, so what the hell do I care? I'm cooking. Yeah, my favorite confirmation is probably the supply or the demand within the orb. I think that's my favorite. The robot's doing great. Obviously my robot Forex Fury.com, that's doing great. The robot I'm developing, we're working on stuff right now. So my imaginary SL would be here above the resistance level, or I would come out and see where that is, but yeah, above that resistance zone right there would be the imaginary SL. Get a little more food. This is the best pasta salad. Focus on me now. Hi. There you go, autofocus. Usually just above the support or the resistance. If I become the liquidity, it just happens sometimes, but I generally just monitor it and shift it. If I feel really good about a trade, I'll pull the SL up a little bit. If I feel bad about it, then I'll let it go. I have a video, guys, on the orb. Well, I'm just going to stay in this trade regardless of FOMC. Oh, thank you for those likey-likies. I'll give a like, too. Love to see all those likey-likies. All right, we're down to 700 people, so I guess I'm not going to get the close out of this trade, which kind of stinks. I wanted that on stream. But I'll be back on Monday. I've got a video, guys, tomorrow. I have the copier video. So I really hope that you're... there is a video for the orb. That is there. The orb video is on the channel right now. Go watch it right now. It's that one scalper strategy. It's got like 90,000 views. So, I'm out of here. What a day. What a day. We won our trades. We win our trades. I'll be back on Monday to win some more trades. And make sure you follow me on Instagram because I'll update you on this trade. Much love, everybody. Much